Fabulous. Come towards the front of your chair. So you're balancing right on the edge. I say balancing, you should feel quite secure with your bottom, but just make sure that you're not leaning against the back of the chair. That's what we really want here. And establish a sense of contact between your feet and the floor. And notice you don't have to look at them, although you can look at your feet. Notice where your feet are heavy, where there's a sense of pressure, and where they perhaps feel a bit lighter. So we do tend to, I'd say most humans, we tend to sort of roll towards the outside edge. How does it feel to get slightly heavier through the base of each big toe? So not the actual big toe, there's nice soft cushion part at the base of the toe. And as you get heavy through the base of your big toes, you might find lifting and lowering all of your toes is something that comes easier in your body. So just lifting all toes up, lowering them down. And notice how your feet are moving today. Can you lift all of your toes without moving at the ankle? Heels stay heavy, the balls of your feet stay on the floor, and it is just your toes that are lifting. Now, as all of your toes lift up, hold them there. And once again, notice the heavy portions of your feet. So where do you feel a sensation of weight? Where do you feel your feet are light? Can you feel your inner arches? So the tissue that runs from your heel to the base of your big toe. Can you feel that's a bit more lifted? Now, as you ground all of your toes, try and spread them out so they take up space and then lift your heels. So we'll do some heel raises here, up and down. With heel raises, and it's nice to do from a seat because you can see and you can be very deliberate without affecting your balance. Can you keep the weight quite even? So again, can you focus on keeping the base of your big toe heavy? Now, as your heels lift, pause there. Notice first what you're feeling in the back of your lower legs. And then notice how this feels in your feet. Notice where there's weight. And slowly bring both of your heels down. Give those feet a bit of a tap on the floor. If you're in a more than the ground floor and there's people behind you, just be a bit, sorry, underneath you, be a bit gentle with your feet. Lovely. Okay, heels heavy. Now, from your knees, run your hands up to your hip joints. So just finding the crease between your pelvis and your thighs. And going for a circle initially. And with this circle, try and drive the movement from your pelvis. So you're allowing your pelvis to rock, to tilt, feeling this space between your thighs and your pelvis close, and then open up. Wonderful. Change direction. And now coming back to stillness, keep your hands on your hips now, so on your pelvis, I should say, and try and find just a forwards and backwards rock here. So let your waistband tip towards the back of the chair without moving your spine too much. And then pull your waistband away from the back of the chair. Let me show you this from the side. Waistband tips back. So you see my upper back doesn't really move that much. It does move, but not excessively. Waistband forwards. Waistband back. waistband forwards. This is more of a relative movement, relative to your legs, also relative to your spine. So you're trying to get your pelvis to move on its own. Find what feels like a really upright position, which might actually feel for some of you like it's quite far forwards. That's okay. Hold on to your chair, almost like you're pulling the chair up towards you, and start to march your legs, lifting one leg at a time. Notice as you march your legs, and you create this movement in your body without it sending you backwards. The next time your right leg lifts, hold it there, keep your left foot heavy, and start to circle this right thigh. Angle of your knee stays the same. The movement's coming from your hip. Change direction. Now lower your right foot down, push it into the floor, lift your left foot and try the same thing. It's just a nice circle of this left leg, left thigh in your hip joint. Fabulous. Foot down. Find one more circle of your pelvis. We'll warm our hands and then we'll bring in our resistance tools. There's the cat. Always on cue. You can see the little tail there. Okay. It always looks like a snorkel coming out of the sea. Okay, so coming back to an upright position. With your hands on your lap, start to just tap your fingers one at a time. So just getting those fingers moving. Palms are down. Okay, and then reach your arms forwards. As you reach your arms forwards, palms are down. Start with your thumbs, so tuck your thumbs in towards your palms. One finger at a time, curl around your thumbs. Hands are in fists here with your fingers wrapped around your thumbs. Tip your knuckle to the floor without moving your elbows. Tip your knuckles up. Keep your knuckles tipped up so that as you undo your fingers here, your palms are forward. Spread those fingers wide. Now, palms face down. Start from your little finger. So tuck each finger in towards your hand. Wrap your thumbs around your fingers. Knuckles down. Knuckles up. Again, keep your knuckles pointing up so that as you undo your hands, palms are forwards. And then from here, make really tight fists with your hands and flick your fingers forwards. So fists with your hands, flick those fingers forwards. Fist and flick one more time. Lovely. One final thing. Make fists with your hands, give your wrists a circle. And then just shake those hands out. Beautiful. So let's grab our resistance band. Place it underneath your right foot. Have it sort of close to the ball of your foot. Straighten your right leg out. From here, pull your arms back in towards you, so elbows close to your waist. Point your toes, so toes come down towards the floor, sort of like you're putting your foot on the gas pedal, and then flex your toes. Toes point and flex. So this movement coming from your ankle. Point and flex. Fabulous. Now, as your toes pull back towards your shin, hold your leg here. Moving your thigh and your hip joints. If you think about not having a toe or an ankle or a knee joint, just a hip joint, we're going to turn toes and kneecaps so they face out to the right, toes and kneecaps so they face to the left. So this is all coming from your hip. Fabulous. Now, as those toes point straight up at the ceiling, it's important to be quite far forwards on your chair here so you have space to lean back. Keep your arms as they are. Lean back, lift your leg with you. We're going to bend our knee so knee gets closer to your chest and then push foot forwards. So this is a hip movement, but your knee is also bending. So knee to chest, press your foot away. Knee to chest, push your foot away. Now, I can't see this happening, but just to clear up, because I see it when I do this in person, we're not doing this movement. So I wonder if you can see the difference between that, that's just my knee, and this, which is a hip-driven movement. That's what we want, hip. Knee to chest, and then foot away. One more time. Now, rebend your right knee. Give your hands a break. So take the resistance band out from underneath your hands. Give those fingers a flick. It's a happy accident of this kind of work that you really do get some strength training for your grip there. Now just go for a nice gentle circle, easing out those hip joints. And then we start to work left leg. Resistance band underneath your left foot. Go underneath the ball of your foot. So slightly closer to your toes than your heel. Straighten your left leg out. So your heel is down, toes are up. And then just flexing your foot, or sorry, extending your foot, so toes forwards, and then flexing toes back. Extend and flex. Ankle movement. So you want to feel here your calf muscles in the back of your leg, lower leg, lengthening and shortening. Now, as those toes pull back, so they come up towards your shin, hold there. Leg moves as one unit. So your ankle isn't moving independently, your knee isn't moving independently. It's all from the hip. Toes and knee out, toes and knee roll in. So it's kind of a pivot point there of your heel. It's rolling left to right. And as you come back, toes straight up, lean back a little bit of your torso, your arms where they are, don't move your arms. Lift your left leg, pull your knee to your chest, and then push away from your chest. Remember, you want your hip joint to change angle here. If you're finding it really difficult, lean back a bit more. Use the back of the chair to support your shoulders. A couple more times there. Lovely. Now, foot down. Return to an upright position. Grab your resistance band, and again, just give those fingers a flick. Beautiful. Stretch those hands out. Give your fingers a bit of movement. Get quite tight being in a fist for that long around a resistance band. Now with the resistance band, pop it underneath your thighs. I don't know why I picked up the shortest resistance band I've got today. Anyway, underneath your thighs, wrap it over the top. Cross it over so it's pulling your legs together. And hold your hands around the sides of your thighs. So you're keeping that resistance band glued in place using your hands. Check in with your pelvis. So see if you can get yourself to a nice upright position, which again might feel like you're a bit forwards at the pelvis. Push down with your left foot, lift your right leg up. Push down with your right foot, lift your left leg up. Marching your legs against the resistance of the band, trying not to let this movement send you back, so you stay upright. And you'll notice at a certain height, your leg can't move any further. So what tends to happen is you will get closer to the back of your chair. So try not to let that happen. Work pretty hard actually to keep your pelvis still, your torso long and upright. Wonderful. Let's keep this right leg up the next time it lifts. So you're pushing down with your left foot. Right leg is really lifting up into the resistance. Think about pulling your belly button and your chest in the direction of your thighs, so they're going forwards. Lower your right foot down. Do the same thing on the left side. So leg lifts as high as you can manage without it affecting the position of your pelvis. And again, you're trying to keep yourself into this nice upright position. Bring that foot down. Heel toe your feet a bit closer to, well, sorry, so they're connected, inner feet connected. Open your knees out and then close your knees back in. So you're working against the resistance of the band here. Knees out, back in. And what I'll say here is if you've got either quite a heavy band or quite a light band, you can manipulate the resistance depending on how close this is to your knees. So if you want to feel more resistance, move it nearer to your knees, so it's further away from your hips, and vice versa. If you need to feel less, have it closer to your hip joints. The next time your legs open out, hold there. Notice what you're feeling. So where this is happening in your outer thighs, the position of your pelvis. Bring your knees back together. Undo that resistance band. Plonk it behind you. And try some just nice, gentle rotations there. So just easing out your hips. As you come back to stillness, feet heavy, pelvis heavy, torso long and upright. We're going to work with some sit to stands and we'll go with weighted from the start. Grab your weight. So whatever it is that you've got, pick it up. Have it close to your chest, but not resting on your chest. We'll use it was the first sit to stands, the first few. We'll use momentum, and then we're going to try and start using just the strength of our legs. So make sure you're close to the front of your chair. Tip back, and when you're ready, tip forwards, standing up, and then return to your seat. So just warming the movement up a little bit. Try not to do what I just did there, where I sort of swung down and thumped on the seat. So try and cushion your landing a little bit, just so you're expressing a bit more strength and controlling your legs. Wonderful. Now, pause on your seat. Tip a little bit forwards. And notice if you can start to push the floor away with your feet. There's going to be some momentum here. You absolutely can't take it out completely. As you come up, there's a little bit different. Focus is a bit different. Yeah, you need to use momentum. Please do. And then we slow on the way down. Fabulous. That's it. So we lean forwards and then we push to come up. Well done. And nice and slow on the way back down. Let's go for two more of these. Lean forwards, come up. Nice and slow on the way down. This time as you come up, I said two more, but I actually lied. We're going to stay standing. Fantastic. As you stay standing, take your weight. So normal, if you just put one of your dumbbells down and just hold it in your left hand. Depending on your balance, if you're feeling a bit wobbly today, stand to the left of your chair and hold on with your right arm. Or if there's something within reach that you can hold on to with your right arm, please do. And the weight, I mean, I'd love it if we had a heavier weight here that's trying to pull you to the left, but you're still using muscles in your body to keep yourself upright. So we hold on and then we start to very slowly march our legs. Aiming to be on one leg for some time. So by some time, I only mean about a second, but you're not really quickly putting your leg down and you're trying to lift your leg quite high. Just like when you were on the chair, try not to let this movement send you back. So instead, think about staying really nice and upright and just bringing your knee as high as you can without it sending you back. This is where, if you're not holding on, you probably will need to. The next time your right leg lifts, keep it there. So left heel is heavy, torso long and upright, right foot off the floor. Now lower right foot down. Pass your weight into your left hand. Sorry, right hand. Apologies. Pause a moment. Feel that there's quite a lot of weight in your heels. Your torso is long and upright. And once again, marching your legs. Remember, if there's any balance issues, holding on is not cheating. So absolutely hold on, especially if it helps you to do this a bit more. Again, make sure it's not causing you to lean back. So leg only lifts as high as your hip can bring it. In a moment, we're going to hold the left leg up. So you might want to make sure you're definitely holding on now. Right foot heavy, left foot up. Pushing down with your right heel. Nice and long with your torso. So I'm just going to, my computer isn't plugged in properly, so I'm just going to plug it in, otherwise we'll lose each other. Fabulous. I got away without doing that there, didn't I? Bring your left foot down. Now actually, we'll switch the weight into our left hand, sorry. As you switch it into your left hand, start a bit of a bounce of your knees. Let me show you this on the side. We're just going to come forwards and up, a bit like you're bouncing on a mini trampoline. And as you do that, start to let your left arm swing. So you see there, my bounce slowed down a bit. Try and get the bounce help with the momentum of the swing. And it doesn't have to be too deliberate, but allow your body to slightly rotate with your arm. And what we'll do here is we'll switch arms. So weight switches into your right hand. And again, gentle bounce. Beautiful. And let's try that again. So into your left hand. And then into your right hand. Sorry, I just had a scare there. My husband has walked all the way around the house. He doesn't want to interrupt our class. And I thought it was a stranger walking into the house. So sorry, ladies, if you saw me look scared there. Okay, switch arms again. He's very polite. He didn't want to walk through. Beautiful. And one more time into the right. This movement, I know it seems like it's actually just quite a nice, easy movement. We're using this to create a little bit of impact in our joints, which is very, very good for bone building. Bone and muscle building. All right, slow it down. Give yourself a break. So it's one of those things, I'll talk about it a little bit. So put your weight down. One of those things that you can do if you're you need a bit of a movement break at any point in your day, just getting that bouncing going. You're starting bouncing so you can feel sort of your body jiggling a bit is getting everything in your lower body working, similar to how it would do if you were jumping up and down. Obviously, jumping is a bit more impact. And if you can jump, if you can stand the impact, it is very good for your bones. I appreciate that we all start from different places, and sometimes it's not possible, and it's not advisable. So this kind of bounce is doable for all of you as long as your knees are working all right today. Okay. So from here, grab your weight again. So Norma, pick up both. Continuing with a bit more impact now. So we're going to hold the weight in front of us. Right leg is heavy. Left foot steps forwards and immediately comes back. So forwards and back. Bit more impact in that left leg. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. Lovely. Now make sure you're clear of your chair. Left foot again, steps out to the left and back. And back. Beautiful. Two more. One more. Now, still leaning on that right leg, left leg comes back and then forwards. So by forwards, I just mean returning to in line with your right leg. So back, then in line with your right leg. Back. 4. One more. 5. Fabulous. Switch legs. So right leg now steps forwards and back. You can get a bit of a bounce off that right foot. It's always a good thing. 4. 5. Fabulous. Out to the right. 2. 3. Well done, ladies. 4. 5. Finally, we have that backwards movement. So we step back with the right leg and then return to the start. Back. 3. 4. One more. 5. I don't know about you, but my elbows are a little bit tired. So straighten your arms out. Take a little bit of a lean to the left, a lean to the right. Back up to an upright position. Light lean forwards. So holding your weight in both hands, letting it come down. Return to an upright position. Now return to the space at the front of your chair. Hold your weight close to your chest again. Let's try now for 10 slow sit-to-stands. So how about we go for a count of 5 on the way down. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 when you hit the chair, and then immediately straight back up. So we'll try that 10 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoops, I hit the chair before 1. Straight back up. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight back up. This is 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway there on this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4. Use your knees. 3, 2, 1. Making me out of breath. This one's our 7th. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So normal. If it hurts the knees, just continue with your normal sit-to-stands. 5, 4, 3. Well done. 2, 1. That's it. One more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down. Ooh. As you come down, I'll get my breath back. Plonk your weight down and just go for some nice, gentle circles, easing out your hips, potentially easing out your spine. I know that knees are often an issue. And with knees, with sit-to stands, they get quite difficult because it's very knee heavy. So a couple of things. It's really good when your knees are sore to keep them moving. But just like you were doing, Norma, and this might apply to more of you as well, is know where your limits are, which is exactly what Norma was demonstrating. It's knowing that actually the pain is actually pain and it's not just working those legs. So if you do feel pain and if something does feel like it's too much, you can always just reduce the intensity or sit it out, which is exactly what Norma was doing. So well done, Norma, for showing that, because it is always a good idea to do stuff like that. What we will do with those knees is slightly lean back. See if you can let your right foot get light enough. Imagine some of you might actually have flooring like this underneath you. You've got lovely kind of lino or vinyl flooring, so your foot can slide. My foot doesn't slide on the carpet. I have to keep it light. So it slides forwards and then it slides back. So it slides forwards and back. Beautiful. Just like you're creating a line out in front of your body. And let's do the same with the left leg. So right foot is on the floor, left foot forwards and back. Nice, gentle movement there. One more time. Left foot down. Again, return to your hip circles. And as you come back to stillness, pelvic tilt. So remember, upper body stays relatively still. It's going to move a little bit, but your pelvis is what's moving. So your waistband tips forwards or away from the back of the chair. Then your waistband tips back towards the back of the chair. Imagine that this is a weird image, that the underside of your bottom has rockers on it like a rocking chair. And that allows your pelvis to tip, to roll forwards, or to rock, sorry, forwards and backwards. So if you can imagine those rockers, the front of the rocker, you roll onto it as you tip your pelvis forwards. And then you roll to the back of the rocker as you tip your pelvis back. Beautiful. Find a nice upright position. Reach across to the right. If you would like to lift your left arm, that is always an option, but it is an option. So it means you don't have to as well. Lift all the way back up. Reach across to the left. Again, it's an option to lift your right arm. All the way back up. Rotate to the right. All the way forwards. Rotate to the left. Rotate forwards. Now scooch back on your chair. Give yourself time to rest. We'll just do a little bit of breath focus to finish. So make sure that you feel grounded, you feel stable on your chair, connecting to wherever you need to connect to. If you're like me and your feet don't comfortably reach the floor, I recommend against crossing your ankles. It's not the best thing for your hips. I always have to stop myself from doing it. So you might tuck your feet under, you might pop something underneath your feet just to elevate them. Connect to the rhythm of your breath. It's normal to find that your breath is maybe sped up. Allow your breathing to slow down. And notice if you can just gently relax the muscles around your eyes, your jaw, your throat. Your shoulders, the space between your ribs. And start to focus on a very slow, very soft breath. Excuse me. Notice as you're breathing, can you keep your shoulders relaxed? And can you also keep your upper chest relaxed? So you're not kind of excessively puffing your upper back. Just continuing, starting now to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Couple more breaths like this. Through pursed lips. So each breath out is through pursed lips. Now return to just a natural rhythm of breath. Give your fingers and your toes a wriggle. Give your ankles and your wrists a circle. And start to take a big reach. So the reach can be down towards the floor, maybe out, maybe up, perhaps extending your legs if that feels comfortable. And then coming back to an upright position. Once again, feel the weight of your feet, the position of your pelvis, how your legs feel. Thank you ever so much for joining me and Jasper today. He definitely wants feeding. Have I hope you enjoy the rest of your bank holiday. Let me stop